Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. In today's video, I'll be showing you my entire Hot Wheels ID car collection. So it was recently announced that the Hot Wheels ID line is actually going to be gone at some point soon. Hot Wheels released, I think, one last series or case of these ID cars, but I was on various Hot Wheels online forums, and apparently these last cases were just bought by a couple of smaller online diecast retailers, so you probably won't end up seeing this last set of cars at Target. And this set I'm talking about has like a McLaren, it has like a Porsche Taycan, a couple of other cars, and a few fantasy castings too. But I'm not really surprised that this line is going away. I mean, from the beginning, distribution was not so great, and the pandemic certainly had something to do with that for sure. But yeah, most of the ID cars that I have in front of me here, I ended up getting from Amazon. A few of them actually came from Target, but most of them came from Amazon because it was just easier to find these cars on there. And again, Hot Wheels ID cars have the special NFC chip on the bottom. And then when you get the Hot Wheels ID app, you can scan the cars and then race the cars in the game. Now, you don't have to have the actual ID cars in order to play the Hot Wheels ID game. It's just cool to have, the physical car. And the NFC chip is, of course, unique to each car. So all the data on this 2020 Corvette's NFC chip is unique to this one. So it has like all the races I've done with it in the game and whatnot. It's just a cool concept. And because of that, I feel like we'll be seeing these NFC chip cars in some form in the future. Maybe not in the Hot Wheels ID line per se. Hot Wheels usually does not bring back discontinued lines, unfortunately. But I feel like the distribution of these wasn't that great. The prices were okay for the most part, but of course, for some retailers, they were a little bit high. You can still find Hot Wheels ID cars for somewhat decent prices, but if you're still interested in getting any of these ID cars, I would say go ahead and get them now, because who knows how prices will end up in the coming months, as the line is supposedly going to be discontinued. So this is my entire collection here. All of these were purchased between February of 2020 and March of 2022. And again, most of these came from Amazon, but a few came from Target. These two in the front came from eBay. And this chase car in the back, this Motosaurus, came from Giant. So I'm just going to go through the entire collection here. This is probably all the ID cars I'll be getting. I know I probably won't be finding any of the latest released ones from that case that was bought by those couple of distributors, because I'm pretty sure they're all sold out at this point. But I'd say it was a pretty good run. I didn't expect to get, 20-something of these ID cars, but they're all very cool. I mean, they have the awesome Spectre Flame paint on them and everything. All of these were between $5 and like $12. Most of them were between $5 and $7. A few of them were a little bit higher priced, but I kind of offset the prices by using, credit card cashback and Amazon gift card credit for cars I really wanted but didn't want to pay, the inflated price for. And this chase car was only $1 because it was a Hot Wheels ID chase car, and it was in one of those dump bins at Giant. So excellent deal there. So we'll go ahead and get into all the cars here. I kind of have them in different rows. This is the fantasy row up here. So we got the Rip Rod, Solid Muscle. Then we have the HW50th concept. Then we have the Night Burner, which actually has a working turbine fan. You blow on the back of the pipe there, the fan actually spins, which is very cool. A Rack and a Rod, kind of a cool looking spider car, much bigger than I thought it would actually be. Then we got the Super Blitzen in gold, Roger Dodger. Then we got the Power 24 GT and the Asphalt Salt. And the Power 24 GT is actually unique to the ID line, has an adjustable front splitter on there too. Then we have kind of the exotic cars, or I guess modern cars. But for this row, we have the 2020 Corvette C8 in this awesome orange. We have the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Then we have the Jaguar F-Type Project 7 or Project 8. This is the Project 7. And there's kind of a close look at the NFC chip. And what's cool about these cars is that the interiors of them are not invaded at all by these chips. Hot Wheels really did an awesome job of kind of putting the chips in there without really invading any space. Of course, the bases are clear and you have the special wheels and the special paint. But aside from that, they didn't, remove the interior to accommodate the chip, which I think is a really cool touch. Anyway, back to the collection. We have the Pagani Huayra in blue with the signature on the side there. Looks amazing. And the Honda Civic Type R. Same kind of red that my real Civic is in. Of course, I have the Civic Touring Sedan and not the Type R hatchback, but super cool. Then we have the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT in dark gray with the yellow stripe, and the BMW i8 Roadster. This is actually my first ID car that I got. I was in Target one day in February 2020, and I saw a small box of these ID cars there, and I thought, I wonder what these things are. So I ended up buying the i8. I got the app, and I ended up, being hooked from that point, just with the whole overall concept of the ID cars and just the app in general. Thought it was really cool. Then back here we have some classic cars. We have the 1970 Ford Escort from the Fast and Furious movie. Of course, it wasn't Spectre Flame Blue in the movie, but this Spectre Flame Blue looks fantastic. Then we had the Lamborghini Miura, I think that's how you pronounce it, in kind of a Spectre Flame yellowish gold. 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air in this awesome red. Then we have this Deep DJ Express. It's a mail truck, which I thought was really cool. And you have that like engine in the front there. It's so cool. Then we got two GT race cars. We have the Audi R8 LMS and the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. And then in this back row here, we have the Dodge Charger police car, 2015, the 1992 Jeep Wrangler from Jurassic World, 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor, and the Tesla Cybertruck. This one was really popular. You can still find this on Amazon, but now it's up to like, I think, $9. Still an okay price, I guess, but if you really want the ID version of the Cybertruck, you better get it now. I was lucky to find this one for only $5. Amazon had a brief sale on it, and I jumped on it right away and ended up getting it, so I'm really happy about that. And last but certainly not least, we have my one and only ID chase car. This is the Motosaurus in this kind of pink and everything. So that's really cool. Overall, I'm pretty happy with all the ID cars that I've gotten over the years. It's a shame that the line is ending, but I'd say it was a good run while it lasted. These always look awesome when I put them up in my display case, and they're just really cool cars all around. So, yeah, that was just kind of my take on the ID line and kind of why it's going away and everything. I feel like if distribution had been better, and maybe if prices had been a little bit lower, these would have probably sold a little bit better. But again, I guess it was good that they kind of got 3 years out of it. The line began, I think, in late 2019, and I guess it's pretty much closing up now, and we're in spring 2022 at this point. So, but yeah, if you can find any of these ID cars for good prices, I would say definitely get them, because I don't know how long they're going to be fairly priced for and everything. Your best bet's to probably find these on eBay and on Amazon, because I doubt Target's going to have any more of these at all at this point. But yeah, I'm very happy to have collected all these over the years, and I would say it was a pretty good run. So we'll kind of do one more little pan through there. Love the rainbow effect I have kind of going on here too. So feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on the ID series in general, and maybe like what your favorite car from my little collection here is. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.